Hey guys!
Alright guys, we're here today to do the video that finished in top spot on the Patreon poll of the week. Surprise, surprise, Spiritbox with Secret Garden. The moment I put this list together, I kind of had a feeling that Spiritbox was going to finish top spot. I mean, I don't think they've ever lost a Patreon poll of the week. So, anyhow, they have an album coming out. They announced the release of an album. Everybody's excited. Spiritbox is the new band on the block. I mean, they're not new, but they're the band that everybody has their eyeballs on.
Yeah.
That includes the two of us in the channel. And new video, new song. Let's just get into it.
Yeah.
All right.
Looking back, you're mistaken. Was it drought or euphoria that could finally make me hopeful in the fog line? Far from perfect illusion. Way to walk up the island, double-knotted to silence. I could never fall in line. I can feel the rain this time. It flows from the hope spring, complacent and rare for. You said I'll make you leave me. Is it all that I am and is you that I came for? Two hands are guarding my heart. I've never climbed this far. And nobody waits for me, but I know nobody takes from me what I grow. Secret garden, disregard my heart. And nobody waits for me, but I know nobody takes from me, but I know. Evidence just to please me. I wake uninspired. It could all be so easy if I could pull out the stitch and it's you that I came for. Two hands are guarding my heart. I never climbed this far. And nobody waits for me, but I know nobody takes from me what I grow. Secret garden, disregard my heart. And nobody waits for me, but I know nobody takes from me what I grow. Secret garden, disregard my heart. Nobody waits for me. Nobody takes from me. Nobody waits for me. Nobody takes from me. Nobody waits for me. Nobody takes from me. Nobody waits for me. Nobody takes from me.
All right. Spiritbox, Secret Garden.
She became a tree.
She became the garden.
Yeah.
She became the garden. So,
She was the secret garden.
she became the secret... Yeah, she became one with the secret garden. Yeah. So what's your take on this song?
First the video was very, very cool. I gotta say, it was weird at first But then I saw like the touching of the tree, and the tree was lighting up, and it looked really cool. Seeing like the tree was like a different pathway, and I gotta say it was a cool video. It added a little bit something to the song because the song feels very very big, and these shots of nature and all this stuff.
It also feels personal.
It does. So a lot of the shots looking at the girl.
Well,
and
the different periods of time.
The different periods of time, and the evolution, and it does feel very personal because you can see like in the sadness in her eyes in each scene, and then as it gets to her becoming part of the secret garden. So it kind of helps the song because they both go very well together. Both the song feeling very big and very personal at the same time.
Yeah, the video kind of helps that. Both things.
Both things, yeah.
It helps both things. Were you surprised that there was no harsh vocals on this track?
I mean...
Not that it needs to be, but I'm not saying that every song needs to have them, but...
The thing is, I didn't think for a second that
I thought they were going to be there at the closing, but I'm okay.
I didn't think for a second, dude. Because when it started off...
Not even after the second chorus, because the song became a little bit more bigger.
No, because the song started out on a very heavy note. Like, it started off pretty heavy with the guitars coming in, and the guitar throughout the whole song, and even in the verses, that cool sound that it was making, and then the bass was coming through even more because the bass felt so thick because it came to the forefront, and you could really hear the bass, and I really liked that. But hearing that and hearing her speaking, I'm like, there's no way there's going to be harsh vocals. And then the chorus...
I think having her vocals the way they are allows the sound of the song to come through a little bit more.
Exactly.
If you have harsh vocals, they kind of going to drown out the sonic nature of this track. But anyways, go ahead. Like
it would drown out also the bass, because then you wouldn't be thinking about that bass line. The bass that was going through...
No, you wouldn't be thinking... That's what I'm saying. Like, the vocals would drown out the sonic...
Everything, yeah.
The sonic strength of the track.
And after the first chorus, I'm like, nah,
this is what it is.
This is what it is. And you know what? I'm happy with it. And if they added harsh vocals, I probably would have been a little bit disappointed.
This is as close to a gent ballad as you would get. And
Probably.
This is not a ballad, but do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it has that think about of a metal ballad, right? Like a song like One, for example, from Metallica. I mean, I don't think it gets much bigger than that. But think about a song like that has the verses are very contained. The verses are always very contained. Then the chorus becomes a little bit bigger. And then after the second chorus, the whole song, that's where I thought they were going with this. So if you think about a track like that, that's your prototypical metal ballad, right? You have the verses a little bit more contained. The verses are kind of building up towards the chorus. Then the chorus is a little bit bigger. Then the second verse again, building up towards the chorus. The chorus gets a little bit bigger. Then overall the song, vocally and musically, becomes bigger and kind of closes off. Then the song kind of dies out again and closes off on the same somber note that it started. So if you're thinking about a metal ballad, that's kind of your prototypical formula, if you will, right? So this song had a little bit of that. Well, actually, it had a lot of that as far as the structure goes. I felt like the verses were very sonic driven. What I mean by that is that her voice was almost a layer in the background, and it was really about what was happening with the guitars and the bass coming into the forefront and driving the experience of the song. Because I don't know about you, but for me in the verses, her voice almost became a breeze. It became like an atmospheric element within the track. I was so focused on how the strength of the sonic sound that the track had. That guitar and the bass was just so incredible. The sound was so incredible.
And the thing is, the sound the guitar was making, I thought it was the bass. Like, I thought it was the bass
going like...
Yeah, I thought it was the bass going really fast, but then I heard the bass too, and the bass was very chunky, so I'm like, oh, so... It's the guitar, which sounds really cool. It sounds kind of like if a bass player was...
So yeah, so from going back to my point, so you have a song that has the structure where the verses, the sound is in the forefront, the vocals are almost in the backdrop. Then when it gets to the chorus, the song grows. So not that the sound changes, but her voice becomes a little bit more intense, becomes more emotional. So her vocals drive into the forefront of what's happening with the sound. When you do that, you make the overall essence of the chorus feel a lot more robust, a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Then it goes back to the verses again, same formula as before. Then the chorus happens again, and then right after the chorus, the whole song becomes bigger. So I thought that's when the harsh vocals would come in, because it's like that prototypical aspect that when you get to that point, everything gets bigger. The sound gets bigger, the vocals get bigger. So it didn't go that way, but it still worked really well.
But did you notice that the first set of verses that happened, like right when the song started, usually if a song starts like that, it lets it go instrumental for a little bit before the vocals kick in. But she went in right away, right when the
As soon as
as soon as the heaviness came, she went right away. Usually there's a little gap there, and did you notice that her vocals were underneath everything? Because
only in the verses.
no, but not even in the verses, because like later on the verses you could hear her a little bit more. But it was that specific verse that I noticed that first verse she was very, very low compared to everything else.
It gets gradually. She keeps gradually moving more into
her head out.
Yeah, moving more into the forefront. So that first verse, she's really deep in it. Then in the chorus, she comes into the forefront more. Then the second verse is not as deep as the first verse. It's a little bit more in the middle.
Yeah.
And then the chorus, it comes back out again, and then it fully comes on once you go over it. Once you go over that second chorus, then I felt like musically the song became bigger, more robust. It's around the time when she's turning into the flowers into the tree and becoming the garden, right? So there was almost a sense of blossoming. So the whole song blossomed at that time, both musically and vocally. Everything just became big and more robust and more in your forefront. So the song has this, like I said, this prototypical metal ballad structure to it, even though it doesn't come across sound-wise as a metal ballad, but the structure is there. I thought it's an incredible track. From that perspective, it's a really incredible track. I prefer the previous single that they released. I felt like it had a little bit. It was more my cup of tea. This is super. At the end of the day, it's a beautiful song, and at the end of the track, the sense that you get is a very mellow, melancholic.
There's a good feeling.
Track. I don't know about a good feeling. I mean, there's a sense of sadness.
But I mean, when it comes to her vocals and the actual sound,
her voice is incredible. By the way, like it's just incredible, incredible.
I'm saying from a sound perspective, just from the sound itself, it's very, very light and very. It brings you just a smile to your face.
She has the kind of voice that she could sell vaccines to anti-vaxxers. That's the kind of voice that she has, and that's a hard thing to do.
Oh.
That's a very hard thing to do. Never mind selling ice to Eskimos. I think the vaccines to anti-vaxxers is even harder. So she has an incredible voice. I think she can do anything she wants with it. I prefer the other track because it had a little bit more bite. It had a little bit more intensity. It had a little bit. This one is a little bit more melancholic. It's more like an upbeat doom track. If that. It's that I don't know if that's not even a thing, but you know what I mean. Like there's a little bit of doom and gloom feeling to this song. It just comes across in a more upbeat way, right? So this song has different mechanisms. I gravitate towards the songs that have a little bit more bite, that have a little bit more aggression. But that's just me. Having said that, you cannot deny that this is an incredible song. It's one of those tracks like middle of the set kind of track to break the set.
Yeah.
Lights come down. Just one single light on her singing. That's it. This is the track to give when you're looking at a set. This is the track that gives you a chance to kind of
take your breath,
catch your breath, just enjoy the melody, enjoy the performance before the onslaught kicks back in again with the second half of the set. That's how I feel like this song plays. Also, I don't know on the album how the track listing is going to go, but this is that perfect middle track that breaks side A from side B. It's that end of side A
so
before
it would work in the album the same way it would work live.
Exactly. And I feel like you need this kind of song in an album setting. You need songs like this. You need those ones that are always like high octane. You need the ebbs and flows, and then you need one that brings the mood down, that allows you to kind of catch your breath and get ready for the onslaught. But it needs a song that comes after this one, like guns blazing.
Yeah.
It just needs that immediate, not a song that has an intro, like a slow. No. The song that comes after this needs to be just like guns blazing from the get-go.
Yeah.
From the get-go.
Balls to the wall.
Yeah, balls to the wall. But I love this track. I wish I could say that I've been on the Spiritbox bandwagon since the beginning is not true. I think one person that can say that is John G. That guy has been checking out Spiritbox on his YouTube channel like since the dawn of time. And we're kind of late to the party, but it's one of those things, it's better late than never.
Yeah.
But this band is going places, man. Like, everybody's talking about this band. They're getting massive playtime on Liquid Metal. Just incredibly talented band. It's not about how heavy or how not heavy they are. It's all
all-
about how good they are.
Yeah.
Sonic wise, like the sound is incredible. Vocally, just outstanding. Just really a perfect band.
Musicians, the guitar player and bass player, amazing.
Yeah, like it's
musicians.
just they're just solid.
Yeah.
It's just a solid band all around. All right, guys, this is it for today. Come back tomorrow. We'll have more videos for you. See you guys.
See ya.